Ladies and gentlemen, your wait is over because we are here with our first episode, the Nupur Tewari Show, Shakti, Women Who Fought Odds. Through this show, we'll be telling all the women's stories around the world. Your success, your achievements, your failure, everything. And that kind of woman is a woman. She's none other than Miss CHHITRA Subramaniam. We'll know her story. We'll know her journey. So with big applause, let's welcome Miss CHHITRA Subramaniam. Namaste, konnichiwa. Welcome to the Nupur Tewari Show, Shakti, Women Who Fought Odds. Thank you, CHHITRA. Thank you for joining me today.
Konnichiwa and namaste to all of you, and to Nupur. Thank you for having me on your show. It's really, really sweet of you. You're in Japan, I'm in India, and it's how interestingly we connected through social media, and it feels like I know you forever, and I'm honored to be part of this show. Thank you so much.
Thank you for making your precious time. I know you're busy, but CHHITRA Subramaniam. CHHITRA Subramaniam made time from her busy schedule. CHHITRA Subramaniam, who is she? Who is CHHITRA Subramaniam? And how was her journey to become CHHITRA Subramaniam? Because industry knows her with this name. So we'd love to know that who you are.
Who am I? I'm just, who am I is a very interesting question, because there is the world that sees you in a certain way, and then you see yourself in a certain way. So my pet thing is the way I see myself is really like a flower child, okay, and who is trying to live her dreams. Someone who is not sure about many things. But CHHITRA Subramaniam is a girl who takes action, you know. I try and try and try, and I don't give up. And that's me.
That's so beautifully said. I try and try, and never give up. Wow. And I can see those flower child, your smile, your skin, your aura around you saying that, yes, I just go with the flow. I keep trying, and definitely I'm not ever going to give up. So how was the journey of CHHITRA? Is it today you are a humanitarian, you are a producer, you are a philanthropist, like so many things you are doing. And how was the journey? Was it easy, or just you had to face what most of us, most of women, we do face? Like, how was your journey?
So the journey as a professional, I've been pretty lucky actually. I was very lucky because I got a lot of help. I really believe that in life, when you set yourself to wanting something or doing something, and if that intent is pure, right, everything starts working. The universe starts working for you and starts helping you. And people start coming to you who start believing in you or start seeing that intent. And of course, you've got to work hard, you've got to work smart, you've got to be at it, and you've got to keep doing, and you've got to keep, there are fights that you need to take up, not fight with people, but inner fights. And, you've got to say, I must do this because this is my, can be about a long-term thing as well, you know. So you've got, and it keeps changing. Life is never just stagnant, it's how we choose it, right? If we want to keep growing and evolving, and we want to keep seeing life for the magic that it is, you keep moving and you take opportunities, you take your chances, and you go with what your heart tells you to do. And it's like a river. There are certain people who are the ocean, there are certain people who are the lake. All have the keep sort of meandering, and one day I will meet the ocean. I don't know when, but I will. So I see myself as a river, um, And the thing is that when I was growing up, I didn't know what I was going to do. You know, my father was in a transferable job, so we changed, many cities. In fact, we lived in to go to Yochen, to the
Wow, you remember Yochin?
yes. In Kobe, I used to go to the Yochen, and the first language that I really learned was Japanese.
So Japan is calling you again.
Japan and I are, there is a soul connect. So my father always says that the first language that you were thinking in was Japanese. Of course, I've forgotten Japanese. It's been many years. But yeah, Japan holds a very special place in my soul, actually. Uh, so, so like I was saying that I didn't know what I was going to do, and opportunities came to me, um, and I think that I only remember one dream of mine, Nupur, as an 8-year-old child. Um, I wanted to start an orphanage. That was a big dream for me. For the longest time, I've held that dream, and start an orphanage for girls. You know. And as an 8-year-old, I showed my palm to a palmist, and I said, "Please see my palm and tell me whether I'm going to start an orphanage." And he said, "It's not written in the palm whether you're going to start an orphanage or not. You know, I can't tell you that. But don't worry, everything will be all right," he said. That orphanage hasn't happened, but that was a dream, I think, and that has manifested in many ways across some of the work that, I've been very fortunate um, to have opportunities to serve. You know, I think
And
it's
you're still serving, you're still doing.
yeah, there is no, we cannot, life, what is life without service? What is life without service to humanity, to animals, to people, to everybody, and
To this
service
universe.
to the universe. And it's an internal thing. And my guru always says, and my guru is Paramhansa Yogananda, who wrote Autobiography of a Yogi. He was sent by his master, Sri Swami Yukteswar Giri, and Babaji, to Mahatar Babaji, to US as a young boy. He didn't know English. He went there, and then he took yoga to the West. Uh,
Yes.
yes. So he says that the two truths of life are
Mm-hmm.
love and service. How pure you can be in spreading love, and how pure you can be in service. You know, just service, right? So and it can be service to your family. It need not be on a large scale. Some have the ability for it to scale up, but even it begins at home, right? Service to your family.
Mm-hmm.
It does not mean service does not mean that you become subservient, or you are like this. No, but what it means.
Exactly, you are right. Even a smile is charity as well. If you just that can be a charity as well.
Totally. So the word from the word charity, I like to use the word giving.
Giving. Yes.
I like to use the word giving, because the thing is that giving can be in so many forms, right? It's
True. True.
exactly what you said, which is that a smile, you know, a pat on the back, yeah. Um,
Exactly.
it need not be a thing. It's just kindness, that you give
True.
somebody,
True.
and that makes them feel really good. You
True.
compliment somebody genuinely. It can be
True.
so
True.
many things. How can you impact somebody else's life in any way, for a moment, for a minute, for a lifetime? You never know. And I think giving is the most important thing today. When I see the world and I see so much of mental, depression, and people are going through such difficult times, and that is humanity is going through it. And humanity will go through it for years and years and millions of years or thousands of years, right? Now, the thing is that giving is actually,
When you are, I also believe the same. When you're lifting someone, you're lifting yourself. You're lifting someone up. Whatever way it is, giving is so beautiful. Yeah. You are receiving. Actually, you are receiving, and that is the karma, because what you give, it comes back to you.
yeah. Now, it may not come back in, some people might feel that, I gave a toffee, I'll get a toffee. No, it's not like
Yeah.
that. I gave Mercedes
No,
car to
I'm not.
somebody,
I'm
I
not.
gave a Mercedes
I'm
car.
saying, like, if I smile at someone, that person also, maybe the first day she is not going to smile at me. Second day, maybe third day she will do it. So it's coming back to me. I'm getting my smile back. You know. So positively, I'm impacting in her life. So that is the way I meant to say that. Yeah, definitely not the chocolate or candy.
Yeah.
That will make us fat. They don't have to come back.
No chocolate.
No
So,
chocolate, but I eat a lot though. So
I
yes,
love
Chitra.
chocolate. I
Oh
love.
yes, I love chocolate too. I ate chocolate cake today too. So so Chitra, it's as I know, like what you said, that your father was in the bank employee. So from bank to producer, his daughter became in the Bollywood producer in that industry. How was it? Because what we are the outsider, we hear about the Bollywood and all those, that for women, having a name Chitra Subramaniam, who is doing not only producing. You are a philanthropist. You are balancing your life. Both. So how was it? Was it an easy one, or coming from a totally different background, you had to really struggle? How was that journey?
So it's very interesting, this question, because my father was absolutely against movies. Okay. And if we brought in a Stardust or we brought in any movie magazine, he used to tear it and throw it. And he used to say, no movies. So we didn't have a television. So we used to, run away and go into the neighbor's house in Lucknow, I remember, and go and watch television over there quietly. And then dad would say, come, come, come. And he said, no movie industry at all. And now I am here. I am. So this happened. I got into advertising when I graduated, and then I got married, and I took a long motherhood sabbatical for 5 years.
Oh,
Yeah. So I wanted to focus on my son. I wanted to be at home. I didn't want to work at that time, and I wanted to focus and be with him. And then I didn't want to get back to advertising, and I didn't know what to do. Renowned technician. He's a sound designer. So that world opened for me. And like
okay.
I said, I'm a lucky child, you know. So and his friends, one of his friends is his college friends. One of them is a director, and what happened was that I was very excited with what Sanjay Leela Bansali was doing. Sanjay Leela Bansali is the director, and his sister Bela Sehgal, very close friends. Bela is, and so she was. You need to join Sanjay, and I said, I don't know the P of production. I don't know anything. And Sanjay said, no, you learn. So he was such a great teacher to me. He was so amazing. And that sort of gave me it was a big one for me because Sanjay Leela Bansali had just done Hum Dil De Chuke Sanam, Devdas was happening. And he's so super talented, right? So it's the blessings of really Bela Sehgal that it happened and the world opened. And once I got married to a film person, my parents were very okay with it. Yeah. And my parents absolutely adore my husband. So whatever he does is great.
So it did not have to convince them. So he just did
No,
the
not
job.
at all. Not at all. Not at all.
Okay. So that's the way it happened.
Yeah. And
Wonderful.
the thing is that my husband is somebody who has never stopped me from doing anything that I love doing. He's
Okay.
yeah. So I'm very lucky again, to
Mhm.
partner who totally understands my madness, as I call it. You know, I'm like a, you know, I'm a completely mad person in many ways, because if I want to do something, I will do it, right? And so I'm lucky that he gives me the space to express either my creativity or the innate nature of my who I am in terms of wanting to do something in life.
Mm-hmm.
Never stops me.
That's so wonderful to hear, actually, because most of the women they face that is the biggest problem. Once they get married, they don't get that cooperation from the partner. So that is, I think, one of the, I think, yes, as you said, you are the luckiest. So it happened to you. So that is, what would you like to say for those, especially this is the, so for the women only who are really fighting in the society from different, in their own lives or for any reason they're fighting in the society. What would you like to suggest to those women who are not really getting the cooperation neither from their parents nor from their partners? Like, how actually they should handle the situation, if like from your point of view, it can be anything.
Yeah. So let me add that my parents were very strict with me.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't easy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was tough. They are wonderful people, but three daughters, and all these places that we were going to, small towns and staying. So obviously there was a lot of protective uh, feeling that my parents had, and they come from they're very liberated in many ways, but they're old fashioned and traditional in many ways.
Exactly.
So, but I was always very rebellious. If I wanted to do something, I wanted to do something. So I've got beaten up black and blue. Black and blue, I've been beaten up, and my father used to really, I mean, they were fed up of me, right? So, but I did what I wanted to do. So it wasn't easy at all. It was very tough. I know where they're coming from. It took me some time to understand where they were coming from, to forgive them, and to say that why did they do this to me? Yeah. Um, but it was very tough for them to handle a very rebellious child who didn't want to just get married and sit down at home, and she wasn't that person. So with the parents, it was a journey, tough journey. With my husband, it was he also comes from a sort of traditional, a very traditional background. But what he said was that if you're passionate about something, then follow it, do it well. So I got lucky over there. So he let me do what it was, whatever I wanted to do. Now, you see, but you don't get everything in life. Okay, you may have a perfect situation, but there will be one thing that is not quite okay. This is for anybody. This is for anybody, right? And what happens at that time is that that particular thing has happened to you because you need to learn some lessons. Yeah. And whatever you want, your freedom or your choices, if you make them, there is a price to pay for it. So, women who are poor things, who are trapped in terrible marriages, if they're staying in that marriage, they've decided that they want to stay in this marriage for X, Y, Z reason. And finally, I believe that we are a product of the choices that we make.
Totally.
Women are going through, I know so many women friends of mine who, when I look at them, they are emancipated, they are modern, they are gorgeous, they are doing really well, but they're getting beaten up at home. There is immense abuse, and it shocks me. And I'm like, why are you taking it? Why are you taking it? So there is a class of women, let's say, from the very privileged backgrounds who are doing well, who can stand on their feet, but they are taking abuse from their husbands. Now, that is a question that they need to ask themselves. Why are they sticking to those marriages or those partners? Then there is very sad situations where women are married off very early, or they're married off because they they need to get married, and they are not educated, or they are educated but they've not worked, and they are in abusive marriages. At that time, they need that strength to come up to say that, you know what, I can make it on your own. That is a very difficult situation, because through abuse, they've lost their confidence, they've lost their self worth, they don't know where to go, and they're sticking to that marriage for some reason. It can be economical, it can be children, it can be they genuinely love their husbands, even though the husband is, not the best partner. We don't know. Is it convenient? So there are so many layers and factors to it. All I can tell women is that, you see, you need to make a choice. That's the first step. Now, that choice can be that, you know what, I am not going to take your, maybe what I'm talking about physical abuse right now. I'm not going to take your physical abuse. I'm not going to take your mental abuse. And I'm not going to be taking that at all. And I have seen amazing women who have decided to do that but stayed in the relationship. All I want to say is that all of us have the power within us. What works for me may not work for somebody else. But the thing is, all of us have that power within us as human beings, as Shakti, to say that we can do this. I want to do this for myself. Now, there are two, three things that I believe that um, stop us from doing it: guilt, shame, blame. These are emotions that sort of bring us down. And I cannot even tell you that how important it is to start building self-awareness through meditation, through yoga, through practices like that. That you go into an inner space and you say, what is stopping me? And inner work is the life work that we've come to do. Because whatever our external reality is, it may never change, but we can change ourselves, thereby creating a change for ourselves externally. And take help. I take help all the time. I look this strong. People look at me and say, oh, you're so strong and all. But I know how fragile I am inside. I know what my issues are. I know what the problems are, what I've gone through. There are certain things that I'm not comfortable talking about. But there are many things that are very tough. You know, whether it's meditation, whether it is yoga, whether it is homeopathy, whether it is counseling, whether it is therapy. I've built that, built the people around me, or the people have built me. You know, and the thing is that I seek them to help me. So there's an army actually, who's there to help, and there are such beautiful people on this planet who will come to help.
Exactly. That is very much correct, Chitra. Because when you are helping yourself, you'll find help around you. So helping yourself, I think the first step all the women they need to take.
Totally. And that clarity will come slowly. What do I want? What do I want to do that I am going to do? And and the thing is, when you put it out there in the universe, saying that this is what I want to do, right? The universe will help you, and that's a journey you have to cross. It's not going to be easy. Life is not easy. Nothing is easy.
Exactly.
But it's not hard either, because you decided that you want to do it.
That's so beautifully explained, Chitra. Actually, as you said when we started, that how this universe connected us. and how beautifully, like, I feel like I really know you from ages, but only few days we know. And this is something called connection, maybe, from I feel like maybe from previous life, or from
Yeah,
even this
definitely.
life we had to meet from some reason, whatever it is. So this is the thing, as you just said, that universe is guiding you to the people who really should be in your life. So there is the women or whoever, especially women, since it is a women, so especially that if you are letting people go from your lives, it doesn't mean it should not be. Yeah, I know it is painful. It is there for the time being. Maybe the blame and guilt there are there, but universe, as you said, universe has planned for you, and it is working. It is working mysterious way.
Yeah, totally. So there are tough decisions to be taken. There is a price to pay for everything, like I said. And it's finally about what is the price that we want to pay for it, you know, um, and that's what it is. The other thing I realized through my own experience and my own growth is that I come from a background where my grandmother was, went through a very tough life, and so there was a lot of self pity, and it's like culturally there's self pity. Poor me, poor me, poor me. So the thing is that you feed on that poor me, poor me, poor me, and I grew up like that. Oh, poor me, poor me, poor me, poor me, poor me. And I've realized that that is the biggest obstacle for freedom. That is the biggest obstacle for growth. That is the biggest obstacle for any human being to reach their potential. Because the minute you start self pitying, and then you expect people to start pitying you, and then you start feeling sorry for yourself, you will never get out of the trap. And it took me years and years of hard work to realize it first, and then to work on myself. So when I get into self pity, I mean, it's like nowadays barely. But if I do, I recognize it. Oh, this is self pity, and it's like 2 minutes, and then I said, I don't need this. Let me start looking at what I have. You know, very simple people. I can look at somebody else's life. I can look at Instagram, social media, people looking gorgeous, people looking this, that, and the other. But the thing is that if I live in a space of gratitude, then I have everything. Na?
And counting blessings.
All the from morning, wake up in the morning and start counting your blessings. Whatever it is. I have a meal today. I have a roof over my head. I don't have a roof over my head. I can walk. My legs are okay. Can we look at disabled people and say, my God, they don't even have, uh, they don't even have that. But if we look at that, then life is like, Forrest Gump says, is a box of chocolates. You don't know which one you're going to get. You know,
Totally. I'll get all of them because I love chocolate. Totally. So, Chitra, it would be edited though. This is the first January will be. This would be telecasting like on YouTube and Facebook everywhere. So the first January, and you are the starting this show, and I want you to just say a few words. 2021 is going to be really great with this message. It would be will be ending that. So let me just ask you. That's right, Chitra. Look at like today is the January 1st, and we are getting into a new year totally. And after going through so much in 2020, and we did not have any idea that 2020 is going to happen. Something, a very small, tiny virus is going to affect our lives so much. We lost so much. But it taught lesson that anything can happen in our lives, anything, and it can be anytime. There is nothing guaranteed, so every moment I think we should be grateful. for being alive and having everything in our lives. So, we are starting, viewers, we are starting this show with this awesome, gorgeous lady, Chitra Subramaniam, and I really don't want to say her who she is, and she is really a spiritual, a wonderful human being, and that is actually, I don't believe in taking all those posts and everything. So humanitarian, I think that is the best best thing I can talk about. I can tell like who she is, but we'd love to know what her plans for 2021 and what she has and she can tell us about 2020 and for this show and definitely about her plans. Chitra.
Okay. So 2021 plans are that first is the biggest wish that people see hope. People see
Mm-hmm.
your hope. People have good health. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
my prayers for everybody. Um, in terms of a personal plan, I want certain movies to come out, some shoots to start, shooting to start, films to happen, scripts to be written, and more sort of momentum gaining in terms of the work. And I want to see some of the stuff that we've been working in 2020 in terms of the writing and all of that to come out. That's a big dream for me. That we go into production very soon. So that's that's the that's the big one. In terms of the rest of it of my life, is that I want to really work on sustainable menstrual hygiene for women in India, and that's the big one that I really want to work and put emphasis on, because not period poverty, but period positivity. Yeah, and I want the taboos to be shattered. I want women to feel very proud of the fact that they menstruate. You know, I want them to have menstrual hygiene, and I want women to know that there are other women standing by them, thinking about them. This is the one that I want to do, and that they can reach out to somebody and they can that somebody is there, bad squad is there.
So here I'd like to stop you for a second. So all the women who are listening today, watching today, please do support Chitra because we have to be proud that fact that yes, we bleed. And that is something, nothing to hide. And the hygiene we need. So everyone, please do support her because we do need that change in the society. Yes, Chitra.
So, in India, we find that women, a lot of the women, forget the cities, they're using leaves, they're using cow dung, they are using hay. Okay, they don't have underwear. They are sharing underwear with their sons and with their husbands. I mean, we take an underwear for granted. They don't have underwear, right? And the thing is that there is ulcerated uteruses. In Rajasthan, there is no water. Women are made to sit on sand dunes for 5 days so that the blood goes into the sand dunes. I mean, these are the kind of horrific things that are happening. And Bad Squad, and we want to try and help in our way, whatever we can, to give them sanitary pads. We just said 50,000 pads to Rajasthan, to Kotri. We want to help in whatever way we can in terms of menstrual hygiene. There is a helpline we've tied up with Sukhi Baba Foundation called Hello Saheli, which is a free helpline where they get the gynecologist for free. We're spreading the word. We're donating pads. We're training them on menstrual cups because it's a sustainable model. We're giving them reusable cloth pads, which are well made. We're doing whatever we can. We're in about 24, 25 cities in the country right now, and we've really expanded. Just now, we sent about 50,000 pads to the tea planters, the women who work in the tea plantations, the poor women who pluck the thing. They don't have menstrual hygiene. So we're working with them. So the big dream is that can we can we help these women more and more and more and more in 2021?
That's wonderful, Chitra, and all the women today. As I said before, please do support Chitra to feel all those women that they're bleeding. It's not nothing to hide, because menstruation is something we should be very proud of. We are women and we are Shakti, definitely. So this is I feel really honored, and I feel today is January 1st, and we are starting this show with Chitra Subramaniam. She is nothing but a wonderful soul. As I said, I don't take any other, those like which post actually she belongs, but she's really a wonderful human being. So, with this, Chitra, I would like to ask you, your good wishes for this show, because I really want this show should go on and on and on, and we can support more and more and more women wherever the entire world, whoever we can, whatever way we can. So this is totally for women. So your good wishes really mean a lot to us.
It your show is you're such pure love, Nupur, and such a pure soul and pure love. And I believe that intent, a pure intent, opens up the universe. So your show is going to do very, very well, and I know it for a fact. And I'm going to sit and watch and say hurrah all the time. And I just want to thank you so much, and to all the listeners, thank you for listening. I'm in Mumbai, India. And if Nupur, may I request your viewers to follow us on Pad Squad and follow me as well on
Of
Insta.
course, please do, and we'll be the number. We'll be giving the number also. The number is there below. Please do call whenever you need her support, and please do contact her and her team for any support regarding this cause.
More
Yes.
more than the number, I would request that they follow me on Insta. I'm very active on that. They can not my number, but
Okay. Yes, they follow. They can follow you on Insta. So yes, I
uh,
will be putting your Insta definitely that there would be. So they can follow you on Insta, and Chitra would be always there to support you. So all the women, you don't have to worry. You just need who to contact. You just need to know who to contact actually. Then your, I think, 85%, 90% worries are gone. So thank you so much, Chitra, for it is. I feel so blessed having you here, and let's change the world. Let's really make all the women realize that they're nothing but Shakti.
yes. I want to lastly add over here what Swamiji said is that Swami Kriyananda said is that if you change yourself, you will change the world. Every day help somebody. That if that mantra is there of helping somebody every day, you'll see magic in your life.
Thank you so much, and it is going to happen. Change someone's life every day, and start giving from now. This is 2021. Chitra, Happy New Year. Akemaste omedetou gozaimasu. This is Japanese.
Arigato gozaimasu.
Arigatou gozaimasu.
And sayonara, right?
Sayonara. That was Chitra's story. You have your story, I have my story, she has her story. And we are here to tell your stories to the world, your laughter, your happiness, your pain, your success. So do spread the word, because every Sunday we'll be here, Indian time, 6 p.m., Japanese time, 9:30, with different incredible women. We'll be telling all the women's stories through this platform. Do spread the word and do subscribe the channel so we can spread a lot of love. We can empower each other. Next Sunday, I'll be with you with another incredible woman. Until then, do take care of yourself and do love yourself too, because you are nothing but Shakti. Yes, Shakti, women who fought odds. See you next Sunday, same time, same platform. Take care.
Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.